Hi guys, that's DJ RSNF88 speaking with the much overdue 750 subscriber review. And as you can probably guess from the shot and also the title of the video, the review is of the Bachmann BR Standard Class 5MT. What can I say about this model? Well, I picked it up for an absolutely brilliant price from Hatton's. There's still a few on there. There are two variants that are available at the moment. There's this one, which is in a stunning BR green with late crest, or you could get the one like the one I've just recently weathered, which is slightly more expensive at £79. But it has a different type of tender, and it is in BR early black livery, lined black. This one in stunning BR green livery was the amazing price of £72. So how could I refuse? With one, the price, two, the livery, and three, the running number. Now the running number of this model is number 73049, which, as you probably have guessed, is a Somerset and Dorset number. Now she actually did run on the line in this beautiful BR green livery, as there was a photo that I recently saw of the real locomotive pulling away from Bath Green Park, and the description of the photo was it basically said that she'd only just recently been painted in her BR green livery as she was photographed. So so she is just as she would have ran on the line. You're quite clean, only being recently just painted in that livery, and well, that's it. Anyway, let's get on to the model. If I flip the box over, we got a bit of history about the locomotive. As you can see, the BR Standard Class 5MT was designed by R.A. Riddle, built between 1951 and 1957. They are a standard, part of the standard class of locomotive. Again, like I said, designed by R.A. Riddle. A total of 172 locomotives were built, and they were basically all over the national network. Yeah, they had a number of variety of different tenders. I've forgotten the type of tender this one has. Also, 30 of them were built with so I'm trying to pronounce it correctly, Carotti valve gear. I hope I got that correct. 30 of them were designed with that. One of them is preserved with that type of valve gear. It's the same type of valve gear that is on the Duke of Gloucester. And as you can see down here, 5 locomotives have been preserved, which is a good number of the class. I have yet to see one in the flesh, in steam, so I would really like to see one day. Now, the design of the locomotive, Riddle designing all the standard locomotives. Before he was tasked to design the BR standards after nationalisation, basically a locomotive which was suitable for all regions and all drivers, basically. Easy to maintain, pretty robust. That was the key things behind the standard locomotives. But he worked for the Midland before the war, and the designer he looked up to was Stanier. Now, the Standard 5MT is a very, very close resemblance of the Stanier's famous Stanier Black 5, and in some cases these were known as the Standard Black 5s. I have seen people call them Standard Black 5s, obviously when they're in their BR Black livery, of course, unlike this one, but they have been known as that. Ironically, I only recently just discovered this, but the locomotive, as you can see, is a 460 variant, but it wasn't originally going to be that. It was going to be a Pacific, a 462, but last minute it was changed to 460, which I thought would look pretty weird as a Pacific, due to its small-sized, reasonably small-sized boiler for that size wheelbase. The one above this is the 6MT Clan locomotive, as made by Hornby, and that is Pacific, and that has quite a small boiler. Basically, it looks like a small version of the Britannia, so I can't imagine seeing one of these with such a small boiler on such a large chassis, in a way. But anyway, onto the model itself. We have the standard packaging. And as you see, it's the ice cube. Well, my arm's in the way, but it's the normal ice cube packaging, as is standard by Bachmann. In the box there, we got all the instructions, the warranty, and the club paper, basically all the gumph in there. And what can I say? Just look at that livery. That's the first thing that sort of hits you when you get this model out of the box. As well as that, we've got the detailing parts on top. We have some front steps, vacuum pipes, chain link coupling, and we also have the cylinder cockets, which you can attach to the bottom of the cylinders, which are behind that bit of the packaging there. So all in all, it looks an excellent model, and for the price, £72, I mean, you can't go wrong. So let's get her on the track and have a closer look at her and see how she performs. So be back in a mo. Here she is on the layout, and I must excuse about the mess. As you know, the yard is still a work in progress, but this is the best place on the layout to do reviews, as always, due to the lighting, and it's sort of been easy to get there. It's much more easier to get there with that building removed for the time being, so I can lean over and get a closer look now, which is good without knocking anything. Well, I'm sure I will find something to knock, like the little hut here, but anyway. We'll start with the front of the loco. As you can see, here, yeah, it's in focus for the time being. Now, the first thing is, we got the lamp irons, they're all separately fitted, not moulded, like which has been happening to some of the models lately, like on for the Hornby Railroad range, which is understandable. But they've also done that in some of their top end range as well now. Well, not is it? No, I don't think they have. It's just the Railroad range. Then we got the number excellently picked out below there. Yeah, 73049. Then we got the smoke box dart. Now the smoke box dart is quite interesting, as part of it, the back bit is moulded and the front bit is separate. Now I quite like this design of smoke box dart, as it does look 3D, much better than the Hornby completely moulded one, which has recently been found on the 42, 52 and 72XX GWR large tanks. That is going to change though this year. They are releasing them again, but with separately fitted smoke box darts, like most of their top end models. The only problem with the ones Hornby's top end models with these smoke box darts is sometimes they are missing, fall off, or sometimes they never even arrive in the packaging. I've seen a few like Stania Black 5s and A3s in cabinets in model shops with no smoke box dart on the front, and it's not in the box. So I'd be pretty disappointed if my model turned up without one. But this design I feel was pretty. I do personally like this design because it's solid, and also it gives a real good feel. Oops, it's got out of focus, but it gives a real look of the feature. But at the same time, it's quite durable in a way. Sorry, I lost focus completely as always. There we go. Anyway, we move below the smoke box dart now, and we have the shed plate. I think that says when it focuses. I don't know why the camera always does this when you try to zoom in on stuff, but come on. Wakey, wakey. Here we go, slowly. Oh. Anyway, let's zoom out. Nope, not having any of it. Anyway, come on, you're not even focusing on that now. Oh, there we go. But anyway, the shed plate says 71G. You probably can't see it because I can't zoom in very much without it going out of focus, but there are 71G. I've got a funny feeling. Ooh, it's just teetering on whether or not to go to focus. There we go. But yeah, 71G. So I'm not sure what shed that is, but I know she was ran on the Somerset and Dorset, so it could be one of the Somerset and Dorset sheds being in this livery. I honestly do not know. But then again, these locos did have a wide service area, but part of her working life was on the S&D, which is excellent for me. Then we got the shed builder's plate down here, which has gone out of focus, and that says built in Derby. These locos were built in a number of there we go, whoops, briefly. These locos were built in a number of different loco works, including Swindon and places like that, but this one was built in Derby, as it clearly states on the side. Well, not clearly to you, but clearly briefly it did say that. And it's out of focus again. There we go. Onto the buffer beam, we have all this beautiful rivet detail. As you can see, there's a hole there for the vacuum pipes. Coming onto the side, we have the start of the green, beautiful, stunning green livery with its orange lining. As you see, it runs along the whole running plate. There's also some orange orange stripes on the cylinder. Then we got this beautiful valve gear. Really, really good model. Well, really, really good. Well, just look at it. As you know, the model is quite getting on a bit now. She was one of the first blue ribbon models which Bachmann produced, but still going strong. The model is absolutely excellent. And then we come on to we've got the piping, separately fitted piping under the cab. Then we come up to the actual cab number. Of course, 73049. The cab window there. And then we come on to this beautifully separately fitted pipework on the side of the firebox and the handrail. As you can see, it goes up to the safety valves on the top, and I think that's the whistle there. Now I am slightly confused about the whistles on this particular 5MT, as one feature I noticed the 5MT has, well, certain ones do. This feature wasn't on the one that I weathered up, which is the other one which is on offer at the moment and available on the market, which is the BR Black Early Emblem one. It doesn't have this behind the funnel. Now I'm not sure what that is, whether that's another like valve of some sort, or even the whistle. I honestly do not know, but this one has it, and the other one, the BR Black one, which is on the market at the moment, doesn't, which I weathered up, which is quite interesting. I was worried that it may have not been in the box when I weathered up the other one, but turns out, looking at pictures, that particular one never had one, which was a relief. As of course there was a hole on the model for one to go in, so it made complete sense. But this one does, so if you know what that is, please do tell me. Anyway, we move back on the boiler, as we've skipped the main part of the boiler, but we've got this beautiful BR green livery with, again, the orange stripes, with the black centre stripe in between that. We've got some more piping, all on the outside, as standard locomotives were famous for having their piping and all the bits that could be exposed on the outside to ease maintenance, as that's what they were designed for. And then we come back onto the smoke box with the rivets around there. Let's go back to the cab and the tender. Cab detail. I'm not sure if you can see there, but there is a bit of cab detail. It's not painted, it is moulded, but it is there. Obviously better than some of the railroad models that are out that Hornby are producing, but then again you can't really compare Bachmann to Hornby anyway, as Hornby are doing good budget models, but Bachmann do good all-round models. So yeah, there is a bit of cab detail in there. I'm sure it can be painted up if you want, but personally I don't mind, because with this cab it's quite hard to see in due to this like sort of extension for this type of tender that's fitted. And then we come on to the tender. It's totally slipped my mind what type of tender this is, but the tenders tend to have like BR1 and then a BR1A or something or other type tenders. I've forgotten what type this one is. I did at one point, but I've forgotten them. There are so many different types of BR tender, but it's a really, really good tender. You got like this sort of like the cab is sort of extension because of this sort of the steps on the front of the tender here. So it's sort of like an extended, well, the only way to describe it is sort of like a corridor bit with the cab door sort of extended out so it can reach the tender. Obviously in real life that part would be right under the cab doors, but due to corners Bachmann have extended it. It has the drawbar under there can be shortened for a static display, or if it's on a layout with really, really, really large radius corners. I mean extremely large, because it is very close. Once you put that second hole in, the tender does ride really, really close to the loco, and it will not make radius 4s. Not though my layout has radius 4s, but it would definitely not make radius 4s for sure. We got the moulded coal. It's not too bad. Better looking than some of the models. I'm not sure if you could take it out, but by the looks of it, there is a line around the outside of it, so I reckon you can on this one, but don't hold me to that. Then we've also got the where the coal comes out, where they get the coal for the shovel. I forgot what it's called. Always forget when I come to do these reviews. And then we got the two handles on there. One of them I presume is for the water scoop, because I've got a funny feeling this tender, I'm not sure if you can see it between there, does have a water scoop. Then we got, again, the BR green livery with the orange black lining, and of course the BR late emblem, or no, crest. You can either say emblem or crest. I think it's crest. I normally know all this, but I keep on forgetting it when I come to do reviews. Then we got the back, we got the step ladder. Again, we got the beautiful rivets on the buffer beam, along with the hole for the separately fitted details. And we've also got, obviously, the water filler caps and the ladder there. Anyway, now time to get her going. It's again, the controller, as usual, is the Hornby DC HM2000 by Hornby. And let's see how smooth she goes. I hope I got her in the right direction. Oh, look at that. Now, some of the new models, I know I've noticed it with some of my latest Bachmann models, do tend to be very, very noisy when started up, when they first run in. But as you can hear, she is extremely quiet. And look at this crawl. Let's go. Oh, she's still going. Now, one thing about the Bachmann 5MT that I have read into is that the gears are extremely slow in this. It's been geared really, really low, so it doesn't go as fast, very fast. I was expecting her to go slightly faster, judging by reviews I've seen of her. But she does go pretty slow. As you can see, she's going at a good sort of pace there, and the controller is at halfway. And you can see she's quite slow. Now, a few people have commented on this, saying that, you know, it is too slow for the loco, as I mentioned. But the good thing is, being slowly, having such a low gear, it may act well. I know on a forum, I know someone who models the S&D commented on it, saying that this could actually be, quite good. That it's actually low gear, meaning that it might be able to double head with. Like the heavy freight type locos, like 7Fs, which on the Somerset and Dorset these did. They tended to have a 7F on the front, helping it with trains like the Pines Express get over the Mendips, which hopefully I'll compare speeds, because obviously being DC I cannot control how fast each train goes at a certain voltage. Hopefully she may go at roughly the same speed as a 7F, which means there may be a double header video coming. But do not hold me to that, because I don't want to obviously put them on and she starts pushing the 7F, or the 7F starts dragging her, which I highly doubt, as that is not good. But anyway, back to the model. Get a look at that linkage. I mean, that is really, really smooth. She's probably the smoothest running loco I have purchased of recent. Maybe this may be down to her slightly older design, as I don't know, because I noticed that some of them, like I mentioned, some of the new models do run like buckets of bolts when you get them out the box. But she is extremely smooth, straight from the box. That lovely BR livery. She is the, not sure though, she's, well, one of the first, I would say, BR green locomotives I have, which is not weathered. I do have a Deltic, which is not weathered, but it's a diesel, and as you know, Deltics carried their own Pacific type of BR green livery with the lime sort of stripe on the bottom. The other two locos I do have, which are in BR green, is the Trying Evening Star, but as you know, that's many years old, tender drive sort of thing. And also, of course, the Hornby rebuilt West Country, but that is weathered. So I think she's one of my first proper pristine BR green steam locos. Obviously, apart from Evening Star, but she's very old. And being a tender drive, quite temperamental. But just look at that. So right, let's get her hauling a train. Now, I've got some new coaches for her. Well, I would say new coaches, I bought them before Christmas, but as you know, with the yard conversion and all that, being busy with weathering, I hadn't had time to run them like the 5MT. And they are, if we skip on down to here, 4 brand new Hornby Railroad Mark 1s. I've heard good things about these, and I'm sure a review of these will be coming soon. But let's get her coupled up to these. I'll put them on the. I'll let her run in a bit more. Then I'll shift these over onto the outer main line, and we'll get her hauling them. So, which will appear in a separate video. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching this review, and stay tuned for the running video, which will, I'm sure, be coming very, very shortly. So anyway, better thank you as well again for the 750 subscribers, or the 755 as I checked earlier. Sorry this review was a bit late, and I ended up having to do that talking video when I actually did hit 750, but I hope this review and running video coming next will more than make up for it. So anyway, this is SDJR Senef88 speaking, and thanks for watching.